This is the top 11 best loadouts in Warzone 3 and Modern Warfare 3, but I have to start you guys out with the best assault rifle in the game, the Ram 7. Start out with the BT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor for being undetectable by radar, recoil control, bullet velocity, and damage range at the cost of aim down sight speed, aim walking steadiness, and sprint to fire speed. Put on the Brune Heavy Support Grip for gun kick control, aiming out of sway or horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability at the cost of aim down sight speed and vertical recoil. Put on the 60 round drum. Choreo Eagle's Eye 2.5 times. This is my personal preference, but you can do whatever you guys want to. And last but not least, you guys need the HVS 3.4 pad for gun kick control and recoil control at the cost of sprint to fire speed, sprint speed, and movement speed. This is the best Ram 7 meta right here. You guys have to try this out if you guys want to do good in Warzone, but I have so many more class ups for you guys. Polemiot 762. Throw on the BT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor L for being undetectable by radar, recoil control, bullet velocity, and damage range at the cost of aim down sight speed, aim walking steadiness, and sprint to fire speed. Now, one thing I need to note is that you guys need aftermarket parts for this, so you guys put on the Jack Annihilator Bullpup Kit for mobility and handling rate of fire, hip fire attack stance spread, and aim down sight speed. Next, put on the Jack Annihilator Long Barrel for bullet velocity and range. You do lose some sprint to fire speed and aiming idle sway, but you won't notice that. Put on the Brune Heavy Support Grip for gun kick control, aiming idle sway, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability at the cost of aim down sight speed and vertical recoil. And last but not least, put on the Choreo Eagle's Eye 2.5 time. This is the best long range weapon overall in Warzone. Like, you get zero recoil with it. It's very easy to use. So if you guys want to take a screenshot, feel free to do that right now. Next is the Wasp Swarm. This thing is the best overall SMG right now for close range. Throw on the Monolithic Suppressor S for being undetectable by radar and recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed and aim walking speed. Brune Heavy Support Grip for gun kick control, aiming out sway, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability at the cost of aim down sight speed and vertical recoil. 100 round drum. I mean, this is just the best possible choice because if you put on 50, you still have the same amount of cons as you do with the 100, so you might as well get 50 after extra bullets and lose just a little bit of reload quickness. Is about the same, honestly. Mark III Reflector. This is my personal preference. You can choose whatever you want to, but in my opinion, the Mark III is just the best choice. And then last but not least, the FSS Rampage 7 Tactical for aim down sight speed, aiming out sway, and firing aim stability at the cost of aim walking speed and movement speed. This is the best Wasp Swarm build. Like, this class setup is amazing. This is honestly the best class setup for the Wasp Swarm, so feel free to screenshot it. You guys will absolutely love this class. Next is the best overall SMG, which is the Striker. Throw on the Sonic Suppressor S for being undetectable by radar, bullet velocity, and damage range at the cost of aim walking steadiness, sprint to fire speed, and recoil control. Throw on the Striker Recon Long Barrel for bullet velocity and range and aiming out of sway at the cost of hip fire and attack stance spread, sprint to fire speed, and aim walking speed. .45 auto high grain rounds for no enemy skulls, bullet velocity, and damage range at the cost of recoil control, which you will not notice. 48 round mag. Don't put on the 60 because the cons are just going to be way too bad. You might as well just have the 48. It's a very good medium, and this doesn't shoot way too fast, so you're not going to run out of bullets quick. The last thing is the RB Critalis Assault Stock for gun kick control, aim down sight speed, and sprint to fire speed at the cost of hip fire attack stance spread, recoil control, and movement speed. This is the best overall Striker build. In my opinion, you guys will absolutely take off with this. If you want to throw on 60, feel free, but I just don't think that it's necessary. This is a very basically zero recoil build with the mobility, and it has a range of short, medium, and long where it kills at a very great time. Now, right now, this is the close range meta, the Lockwood 680. It's actually ridiculous how good this shotgun is. Throw on the Bryson Choke for hip fire attack stance spread, tighter pellet spread. You do lose some recoil control and aim down sight speed, but you won't notice. It does not matter. Throw on the Lockwood Defender Heavy Long Barrel for tube ammo capacity, recoil control, aiming out of sway, and bullet velocity and range at the cost of aim down sight speed, movement speed, sprint fire speed, and sprint speed. Now, if you guys want to use the Hammer Forge, you won't have as many cons, but you will have 6 rounds versus the 10, so it's really your choice, whichever one you want to throw on there. Put on the .G3P04 for hip recoil control, hip fire and attack stance spread, and sprint to fire speed at the cost of laser being visible at hip. Now, I know some people use the hip shot L20, but you literally get one more benefit of sprint to fire speed with the .G3P04 that you don't with the hip shot L20, and both lasers are visible in the hip fire. So look, you might as well have the point. Throw on the sawed off mod for sprint to fire speed, movement speed, aim walking speed, and aim down sight speed at the cost of gun kick control, recoil control, aiming out of sway, and flinch resistance, which do not matter. You're most likely going to be hip firing or trying to two-shot anybody with this weapon. It's very easy to use, and I've died to it numerous times. It's really a cheat code. The Express Light Bolt helps with rechambering speed. This thing is so fast and kills so quick, so this is the best overall build for the Lockwood 680. Please throw it on your class if you guys want easy lobbies. Like, it's just way too easy to use this weapon. Next is a strong contender for the long range meta, and this is the Brune Mark 9. On the BT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor for being undetectable by radar, recoil control, bullet velocity, and damage range at the cost of aim down sight speed, aim walking stay, and instant sprint to fire speed. Throw on the 23H XRK Horizon V2 for bullet velocity, gun kick control, and recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed, aim walking speed, and movement speed. Throw on the Bruin heavy support grip for gun kick control, aiming out of its way, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability at the cost of aim down sight speed and vertical recoil. 60 round mag makes this thing so much better. It helps with aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and movement speed, and reload quickness. This thing just reloads so quick in comparison to the Polemiot. Now, the Polemiot does give you 100 bullets. This does too, but with the 60 round mag, it basically acts like an assault rifle. The last thing is the Coil Eagle's Eye 2.5 time. Now, this is just my personal preference overall. If you guys want to try this out, feel free. I feel like it's a very strong contender against the Polemiot. Like, I would say both the Polemiot and the Bruin Mark 9 are #1 for long range. It's just a matter of preference which one you want to use. Now, this is another amazing overall SMG. I would say it's a strong contender against the Striker. Like, this is also #1 against the Striker. It is the Wasp 9. Throw on the Sonic Suppressor S for being undetectable by radar, bullet velocity and damage range at the cost of aim, walking steadiness, sprint to fire speed, and recoil control. Throw on the Wasp Reckless 90 long barrel for bullet velocity and range at the cost of sprint to fire speed. Throw on the 50 round mag. Now, if you guys want to use the 40, feel free. I mean, it doesn't shoot that fast anyway, but I feel like you want to have as many bullets as possible, so you really have to weigh your pros and cons in this situation. Whichever one you want to use, completely fine. I chose the Mark 3 reflector. This helps with precision sight. I mean, that's really self-explanatory. If you want to use anything else, you can. It doesn't really matter. If you don't want to use a sight, then more power to you. You can control your recoil a little bit more, sprint to fire, whatever. Last but not least, the Marauder grip for gun kick control, firing aim stability, and recoil control at the cost of aiming out of sway. Now, this thing is absolutely amazing, and I recommend anybody that's watching this video throw it on there. It's really just as good as the Wasp Swarm, so you guys can see for yourself which one you like more. The Bass B is the king of assault rifles right now, so you guys have to throw this on. Throw on the VT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor L for undetectable by radar, recoil control, bullet velocity, and damage range at the cost of aim down sight speed, aim walking steadiness, and sprint to fire speed. Bruin heavy support grip for gun kick control, aiming out of its way, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability at the cost of aim down sight speed and vertical recoil. 45 round mag for magazine ammo capacity. I mean, it's really self-explanatory. There's no other better choice, so you might as well use the 45. And Coil Eagle's Eye 2.5 time. This is just my personal preference, but this is the best build for the Bass B. Please try it out. In my opinion, this is the best overall AR. The SVA 545 is honestly a sleeper AR. It's one of the best ARs in the game as well. It has an incredibly fast fire rate for the first 2 bullets. You can either burst fire or you can just continuously fire. Either way, this thing has 0 recoil, so check this out. Throw on the VT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor for undetectable by radar, recoil control, bullet velocity, and damage range at the cost of aim down sight speed, aim walking steadiness, and sprint to fire speed. Throw on the STV Precision Barrel for aiming out of sway, bullet velocity and range, gun kick control, and recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed, hip fire and tack stand spread, and aim walking speed. Throw on the Bruin heavy support grip for gun kick control, aiming out of sway, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability at the cost of aim down sight speed and vertical recoil. 60 round mag and Coil Eagle's Eye 2.5 times. This SVA right here is absolutely busted. It's very easy to use this weapon as well, so give it a try. If you guys don't like it, then stick with whatever general meta you guys want to use, but I would try this out because it's very unique and very powerful. Now, last thing I have to show you guys is the DG58 LSW. This is one of the best overall LMGs. Throw on the VT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor for undetectable by radar, recoil control, bullet velocity, and damage range at the cost of aim down sight speed, aim walking steadiness, and sprint to fire speed. Throw on the Woody Long Barrel for aiming out of sway, bullet velocity and range, recoil control, and gun kick control at the cost of hip fire attack stand spread, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, and aim walking speed. Throw on the Bruin heavy support grip for gun kick control, aiming out of sway, recoil control, and firing aim stability at the cost of aim down sight speed and vertical recoil. 5.8 times high grain rounds for bullet velocity and range at the cost of recoil control. And last but not least, the Coil Eagle's Eye 2.5 time. This weapon right here, the DG58 LSW, is absolutely insane. You guys have to give it a try. If you guys like it, feel free to use it. If you guys don't like it, feel free to use the other long range LMG metas, but this thing really does just get the job done very easily. And if you guys made it this far into the video, comment Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, and I'll give you some of you guys some presents.